Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Today I'm doing the lost stuff I said I'd be doing, but I just want to spoil it for you and say that I only have the unlock and one run, but you'll see what happens in that run. I'm not spoiling it. So I'm doing the unlock now, and I entered a seed for Isaac there, just so that I could find a Mullaboom really easily. Basically, I just didn't want to have to hunt down a Mullaboom. It's really annoying to do. So I just reset the seed so that I could damage myself before going in there, because I didn't know where the Mullaboom was. It was just like, this is a seed with a Mullaboom, have fun. So I went and did that, and I figured it out, and then I just died to the Mullaboom, and it was great. Wonderful time. So that's the first death. The first death in the sequence. You need to die with Isaac to a Mullaboom on the basement or cellar. Next is Maggie to a bomb, your own bomb, on the caves or catacombs, which I'm gonna do myself. I'm gonna do unseeded. I didn't really see a reason to use seeds for any of the runs besides Isaac, but there are good seeds for all of them. You can use seeds for the first 3, but not the 4th run. And I don't know, that's pretty much that. So this run, a little worrisome, I guess, because I don't know if I'm gonna get a lot of bombs, but it shouldn't be too hard to manage to get to low health and get 1 bomb. And you can reset when you're doing the unlock, actually, which is kind of nice. You can, if you haven't died yet, you can just reset, and it won't count your death. Even if you're dying, if you can start a new run conveniently, it will be fine, as long as you haven't fully died. So it all works out in the end, and those spiders just killed themselves. I'm not too worried about losing health as well, and I'm not healing because I need to kill myself anyway, and I'm pretty confident that with the item I got, I can pretty comfortably handle the first 2 floors of the game, because that's really all I have to do. And there are some bombs, so I'm instantly pretty happy. Go in here because it's damage, and I could potentially get something that makes the first 2 floors easier. All that good stuff. So I'm really just looking to find the bosses and then leave. Remember, this is post-commentary, like I said. And I do want to apologize again that I didn't get every single Lost run into 1 episode like I said I would. I tried, but I had terrible RNG where I just didn't get anything. I just didn't get any good items in like 3.5, 4 hours. And so I only got 1 run completed to anything. And that's just kind of how it was. So you get what you get sometimes. So I'm not going to worry about trying to get everything that's left, whatever that is, you'll see at the end, into 1 episode. I'll like try to, but if I get like 1 run or something, if there's even that, well, if there's more than 1 run left, of course. If I only get like 1 objective done or something like that, then I will just probably end up releasing that on its own rather than as part of a whole thing, and it could just be like 2-3 parts or something, and that's fine with me. Splits it up, makes it more interesting for you guys, and at least to many of the commenters that have expressed opinions. Sorry I couldn't get it all in this one, but like it works out. I think it'll be fine. And then that leaves a little more suspense, I guess, which pleases pretty much everyone except for me that doesn't want to even have to continue doing it. So this is a little awkward. With this item, I decided to just use my tears. And I didn't care about getting hit because I have enough bombs. And actually, it was perfect because I have enough bombs. I didn't pick up the item because it could have been a health up or something, which would actually make me not have enough bombs. Bombs do 1 full heart of damage, so I just wanted to have the perfect amount of health. I thought of it. It's all good. And there's that death. So next run is Judas. You need to die to Mom. So I want to set myself up such that I just have 1 heart going into the foot and just get stomped by the foot because it always stomps in the middle at the start of the fight. So Judas is probably the scariest part since Judas starts with such low health and all that. So you really kind of have to play well and carefully up until the point where you get to the heart, or not the heart, the Mom fight itself. And have that fight happen. And then you need to not have played carefully. So of course, I knew that if I died and I could pause soon enough, I could quit and start a new run before it counted. And I could pull that off, or I could just hold R if it was terrible or something. But I wanted to do it in one go, so I'm here attempting that. And I'm actually shooting poops and stuff, taking it moderately seriously. That was actually a little scary since any bomb would kill me there. But yeah, taking it moderately seriously since it's not yet the point where I need to die, so I need to not die until then. Which means I need health and such. So I did get a damage up and a health up, which is nice. And a range up and a speed down. That's the odd mushroom, the fat one. Which is good, all I needed to do is find some health for it. And there it was. I actually don't remember what happened at this point. I'm doing this like a day later, and I've done lots of things since this. And like a lot of grinding to try and find good items for the lost runs. Sorry, I was testing something there where you like, if you're moving back and forth while moving up, it like slows you down and it's weird. It didn't seem to be happening there, but it's a thing. I'm pretty sure I do it more throughout the video just for whatever strange reason, because it intrigues me that it slows you down. So Ball of Bandages is always pretty exciting. Just good contact damage. And I like that. So of course this run's going to take a little longer than the first two. The first two are really quick. Second two are less quick. Damage doesn't matter for Judas, of course, because Book of Belial, you always get your Devil or Angel Room. I considered going for Angel Rooms. We'll see what happens in the Devil Room for me to figure out if that's actually going to happen. I considered it, though, because they're so defensive, but then I realized that I don't care if they're defensive. They're still worse, and I still need to get the run farther in the... Like, I still need to get to the depths. I need to get to depths, too. So it's a waste playing defensively when that makes the game harder. So at this point I start getting a little bit worried. Since I'm down to low health, I don't want to die again too early. Because I'd still have to react if I died. I would have to react and pause to get out of it in time and all that crazy stuff. It's not that crazy. But Monstro I'm pretty confident in. I don't usually get hit on Monstro, but of course sometimes one of those tiers that you do get hit by randomly is going to be one that does a full heart of damage, and you're just dead in this case. So I didn't want that, but I was having a really good time leading Monstro around without it doing any tier stuff or large stomps, and tears up and shot speed up, very exciting, pretty much. 1 heart for Whore of Babylon. It's a maybe thing, but I decide no for now at least. Knowing I have the Book of Belial, I might end up with more health or something and be able to check that out afterwards. Of course, it doesn't activate at a full heart for Judas, it only activates at a half heart, like with any other normal character. So it's just one of those things. I'll see what I end up with, and then from there we will take it or leave it. And of course, just not taking a Devil Room doesn't mean I'll get an Angel Room, which is almost certainly what I'm banking on. Bob's Brain I, of course, do not want. I wanted to check for a Soul Heart in here. Then I just bought the Red Heart back, which leads me to believe I would decide to not take Whore of Babylon. I don't really see a need for it either at this point, and I'm sure I didn't at that point. So, decide to clear the floor, and getting Gluttony is actually pretty exciting, because I can get that item, which is a health up. And now, maybe I'll take it to guarantee Devil Rooms instead of Angel Rooms, just take the Whore of Babylon. Could be pretty good. So we'll see what I decided. I don't entirely remember, because these runs aren't that important. Yeah, okay, I'm not surprised. They're not that important, basically, as I don't need to win them. I need to die at relatively early points in the game. Again, red heart damage, unimportant. I have the Book of Belial. I almost decided to bomb there, and I was like, why do I need to? So I didn't bomb there for like the magic mushroom or something like that. It just wasn't necessary. And I agree with that right now. I only have one bomb, and I might need to save my bombs in order to get myself to low enough health before the mom fight, which I'm sure is what I was thinking then as well. So I think that was a smart call. Alrighty. Not much going on. Trying not to get hit by these dudes, which is actually a little tougher because there are no walls in that room that I can hang out against to make them not throw their things at me. And that's a little worrisome. So of course I'll hang on a wall when I can, but I don't believe that the like edges of gaps count as walls. This room I'm absolutely just chilling on a wall. Wasn't sure if I wanted to use Book of Belial, I think I remember, and I decided not to and just hope. Of course, any number of hits after that, and I was like, oh, maybe I should use it now, but it's so late in the room. I can die to these enemies relatively easily. Decided to goad that one into charging, and no big deal. Item room had Tiny Planet, and I was like, no way. Decided to shoot the poop, though, because of course I need health. This room's a little worrisome. Pretty easy to get hit in, just by the simple mistake in your movement or positioning. Thought I'd get hit there. I didn't. And I really wanted to kill the Maws first. And then now I'm at half a heart. And I know that that one explodes into tears. But I handled that right. Handled that right as well. And got a half heart from one of them, which was good. It's, a little worrisome. It's one of those things I'd prefer not dying at the wrong time and having to restart. And these dudes also can hit me every so often. I'm not always great at dodging them. This is a room I didn't want to let go on for long. Worried about it hitting me as well. Only had one bomb here. So I was determining whether I wanted a health up on the next floor or a heart, and then I got the second bomb, and I was like, well, that's, yeah, I'm just going to have to use both of them and take them both. But not too soon, because I'd hate to lose the Eternal Heart. Because I did want to put myself in a survivable position, so I pretty much played most of the Maws into the fires to just kill them for me. Which was nice. Like, I liked that strat. And then Mega Fatty, another boss that can just totally destroy me sometimes. I really wanted it to not do any jumps, so every time I had the opportunity to have it doing any other attack, basically, which I can't control, of course, but every time it was, I was pretty excited because that means that I don't have to worry about the jump, I don't have to position myself as such, and I was really scared in that position right there, because it could have hit me. It only would have done 1 heart of damage, but that's still pretty serious. So at this point, I decided I'm absolutely taking both the Pact and Death's Touch, because that makes it so that I'm pretty unlikely to get hit too much more. Roid Rage makes it so that I can dodge really easily. And I still have an Eternal Heart, so I get health up on the next floor and everything's fine. So I didn't really see a way that that was not what I was doing. It was a very easy call. And then we're on to, I guess this is Catacombs 2 probably. I actually forgot. I think it's Catacombs 2. But now it's not very scary because I'm really strong. I got 2 damage up total from those, and Piercing. Piercing's really strong, and I'm Judas, so I have the 1.35 damage multiplier. Everything is good. And this is getting really easy. So now I'm just like deciding to hurry through everything. I'm not worried about anything else. I don't need item rooms or anything like that. I just need to find the boss and get through things because I'm very confident in my ability to get to the mom fight with this build. So that's what I was doing. And I think I get a bomb drop this room. Yeah, no. I lied. I was gonna say I think I get that Tinted Rock, but I don't. So now I'm a little bit lost, I think. Didn't know for sure where I was going due to Curse of the Lost. Fitting curse for this situation. Curse room didn't really enter my mind. That wasn't much of a consideration there. Wasn't really worth it. Because I can still take damage right now, and it'll still be fine because I have 2 soul hearts. So I wanted to make sure that that was more the case. It just wasn't. I don't really need more than I have, is basically what I'm getting at. Didn't even care about the bomb. Felt pretty confident in my ability to die perfectly in this run. So this run I'm pretty much considering at this point to be exactly what I need it to be. It should be fine. I won't have any problems. It's not to say that will necessarily be the case, because I've been wrong before. Took the bomb because I decided, yeah, I probably need some bombs to perhaps kill myself. Mostly, before the mom fight. Polycephalus, not too scary when it's just one and you never lose positioning on it. Range up is always good. And I decided not to take this because I figured I don't really need it. It doesn't really matter. My health is good for what it needs to be. So again, just hurrying through the floors, not worrying about what I do and don't get to go to, item rooms, etc. I'm loving the piercing. And that was pretty much perfect. Take the bombs again in case I get more health and need to kill myself. And Joker, I think I use it. I don't know why I wouldn't. Maybe I save it for the next floor. I think I actually might save it for the next floor so that I can use it to get rid of some of my health if I need to before fighting the boss. I'm not certain about that, but I think I might have done that. This is a room that I was actually worried about taking damage in. I did, but it didn't matter very much. I'm still just in get it done. You're in good shape mode. And however much health I lose, as long as I don't die, isn't very important. So I get the Tinted Rock there. There's 1 soul heart. I think I take that. Yeah, I took it. Figured I have 7 bombs now, so I may as well keep myself survivable. That's what was going through my head there. But we're almost there. Adversary, I was glad I took that heart for that. Even though I know the strat, it's things can go wrong. So I pretty much was trying to wait for it to start up any attack charge up so that I could do things there. I actually intentionally used the ball of bandages for damage there. Amazed I made that dodge then and now. Took the health up because tears up. Makes my life easy continually. Didn't care about taking damage here because I took a health up and I don't need a lot of health. Didn't care about taking any of that, honestly. I did it first because of reflex, but then I just... whatever. It's done. Don't need it. So now I just need to find the boss. Apparently I'm not using this Joker card. I would have expected myself to. Maybe I remember to now or something, or maybe I just don't care. Don't think it's worth doing. I don't know. But it's not a huge deal. Didn't want to get hit here, even though it doesn't matter. My my instincts of don't get hit are too strong. So it's fine. Found the item room, which I think I checked because I'm here. Makes sense to check. Don't even need the bomb bag. Figured I'd find my boss shortly and I don't need more bombs. Not even worth the time to go over and pick it up. It's just a waste of time. Which I don't disagree with. Not important at all. So I went the wrong way and I went back to my spawn room. Tried left. Yep. And then Lust was there. Lust died pretty fast. And I actually, right after taking that virus there, I thought I probably shouldn't take this. But it won't matter against the foot, which is all that I guess really matters. But I did think, maybe I don't want that. Maybe something will die that I don't want to die, and that'll be bad. But it really shouldn't make much of a difference. All's well. Basically what I'm getting at. Again, didn't need the key. Started to pick it up because I reflexively go to the middle of the room to pick things up. And I didn't get it, and I was like, that doesn't matter, actually. Didn't get the golden key either. Unimportant drops. I don't even know why I bothered opening chests. It's just things that I feel like I should do. But I was very confident at that point. I knew I would have this down. No problem. Because look how quickly everything's going. There's nothing to worry about at all. And there's the boss. So I just kill this room. I bomb myself twice. And then I go in and will get stomped. Making sure it's the depths too. Which I remember like, it's the depths too, right? I'm pretty sure it's the depths too, and it was. And you see how much damage it took to the ball of bandages. It's pretty silly. So next is the Azazel run. I need to die to Satan, which should be a grand old time. But I can, well, okay, the thing is, the way I talk about it is I should never lose with Azazel. It's too easy. There's no reason to have anything go particularly wrong in your Azazel run. And then I play carelessly, and I have the ability to lose, and I often do, because I play carelessly. Which doesn't bother me, because that means it's more interesting, rather than playing well and never dying. I actually die with the easy character, because I don't play the character, like, with respect, basically. But I decided, I decided for this, since I have to get all the way to Satan, okay, I need to take it somewhat seriously. I used that so I didn't have to go through the room that had the spike in it, or spikes in it or whatever. And I never use it anyway, so I figured I should just use it a little bit once in a while. So, did that. Just looking for the item room, because of course I can't do this on no items. Well, maybe I can, but I don't want to. It's one of those things I'd rather not. Not really a reason to. So we got Sissy, which, not the most exciting. She spawns spiders for us every so often. And I guess that's cool. So Cellar 2, same deal. I want to find the item room, find the boss, see what I get in the deal with the devil. I will go to the curse room, absolutely. And I have bombs, so I decided to just bomb those instead. I pick up the dead cat, and I'm like, well, I thought more afterwards than at the time. I was like, it'll be okay, I can just get killed a lot of times in the room before the boss or something, or on the boss itself. And it certainly means I'm less likely to die before I need to die, by accident or something. But I probably shouldn't have done that, basically what I felt. And now I probably still agree. I think it was a pretty silly thing to do. It was one of those things I didn't think about it. I was just like, oh yeah, dead cat helps me stay alive. And it's like, well, it also doesn't help me die. So I see 3 red chests, and I'm like, let's go for Guppy. And then I see and take Guppy's collar, which is like, yay, Guppy. And I was like, wait, that was really stupid. Why would I take that? That means that every time I die to Satan, there's a chance that I didn't really die to him, and I'm at half a heart, and I might get destroyed. And, you know, I might die before the phase of Satan where I need to. So I was pretty worried about that. But I had ideas. I was like, it'll probably be fine. I don't get that bad of RNG very often. So we just forget about it, and we'll hopefully become Guppy or something, and I'll have a really easy time. Though becoming Guppy also worried me a little bit, because I didn't want to, like, insta-kill Satan or something, and then be screwed. Have to reset and do it again. So speed and shot speed up, no big deal. And I was like, Brimstone, that makes my life really easy and survivable. Perfect. I'm totally happy with that. That's pretty great. Nothing to complain about there. It means that I can play a lot safer, which I don't do very often. XL floor, kind of annoying. A lot of stuff to deal with. Hoping to find the item rooms quickly, easily, all that good stuff. But Brimstone makes my life really easy. Everything just dies. Go to the curse room again, because I'm looking for Guppy at this point. Decide to try the pills, because what's it going to matter? It's not going to matter too much. And I get teleported way over yonder. Which, Well, here, there, it's all good. I'm just on the hunt, pretty much. Finding the bosses, finding the item rooms, wherever they might be. None of these rooms are going to be too difficult, though. I still take damage, but finished the rooms off. I'm not focusing too much on money, and right there I realized it. I almost turned around to pick up the money, and I was like, I don't really care. I don't need shop items, I need just survivability. Something like that. You know, I just didn't worry too much about it. Because I wanted to get this done quickly. And I felt that given Brimstone, I would have a pretty good chance of being able to do that without a hassle where I was already. So I just went with it. Took what I could get. Took what I had. I did go for the key because I do want to be able to open doors when necessary. But, yeah. Tried to get them both in one, took damage. I'm not worrying too much about taking damage, and I think this is around the point where I decided I should probably worry a little more about getting hit. But I don't know. I'm clearly not too concerned with it for now. But the good thing about Azazel is strong, good fire rate, flight. You know, it's hard to take the character seriously for me. When it's like, how can you give me so many advantages? And, like, no disadvantages whatsoever. It's not even reasonable. So then I found the knife, and I was just like, alright game, you want me to have all these special items? You want me to have the knife-brimstone combination? And I was just like, this is really silly. Because if you haven't seen the knife-brimstone combination, that's what it does. It shoots the knife like normal, and then it shoots a barrage of knives like Brimstone would. They're not that strong, but it's still, you know, it's better than they are individually. Because the knife's better than Brimstone, if you're good at using it. And it's an objective improvement to the knife. So it was just like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever, it's fine. This should make it pretty easy to not die overall. And now I was like, oh yeah, I still haven't found the second item room, I should do that. So I did that. And then I got something that'll give me the map every floor, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. With this build, I can probably just rush to the boss every time. And if the item room's convenient, I'll get that too, but not worry about it. And I can just use that and it'll be great. So use that every floor, and I might get a soul heart to help me survive. And then just head towards the boss and the item room if it's in the same direction. Perfect. Honestly, that was a pretty perfect floor. I couldn't really ask for much better. So now I'm just in kind of like speedrun mode. Just play the game fast, get where I need to go, die where I need to die. No worries. It's a pretty crazy build for the run that it is. I'm surprised I didn't leave that room and then go back in so that I could not have to worry about the thing charging at me. Huge speed up helps me go fast. I like it. And then since I have respawns, I decided, yeah, I'll take like all of these, because why not? Put myself at half a heart? Sure. Or 1 heart? Sure. Because that's a lot of damage, so it'll make it really easy to cleanly do things. So, got pins here. Pins don't seem to be a big deal. But then I'm at half a heart. Hopefully I don't die, right? Good thing I have all these respawns. And then there's the soul heart. I was going the wrong way, so I turn around. The item room's actually there in the way, so I can get that. See what's in there, see if I care. And then just trying to optimize my path so I don't do too many extra rooms. Walked into fire. Misread where the door was. That room cleared itself. Decided to get the golden key. And then attack fly. It's a little bit of extra damage. It's a little bit of mid-range damage. It can work out. Not too worried about it. Didn't even take the key. Or the 2 bombs. We're already at mom. So I decide I'm cheesing this fight. There's no way you can make me do anything else. And I just wait. Because eventually the hand's going to show up. I know it. It always does, right? And then I kill it in 1 cycle. So I decided to take the Polaroid just for safety, just in case. Check the boss rush since I'm there really fast, and leave when there's nothing too interesting. It's all good. So once again, I've saved up a map for it. High Priestess. Not too exciting, and this is a really long path, and since I have 1 heart, I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to get killed. So I decided to check the curse room. And, you know, use my respawns. Turns out I have Curse of the Maze. And at this point I decide, alright, I'm going to die a few extra times just because I'm starting to get overconfident and I think that I don't need these lives. I want to be more prepared when I get to the, to Sheol. And, nicely enough, I got that, so I'm like, yeah, definitely want to use the lives now. That's me contemplating right there, standing still. Being like, should I do this? And I'm just determining how many lives to waste, basically. I think I go down to 5. But maybe it's just 6. No, I go to 5. No, I don't. Because it trolled me and I didn't get to enter, so I went to 6. I was like, yeah, this will be fine. Hopefully I didn't waste too many. I'm sure it'll be okay in the world. 1 cycle kill Polycephalus. Hilarious damage right now. Like, this is such an overly strong run. Contemplated not using that, and I was like, it's whatever. I'll be able to use it soon on the next floor, if not right away. So I just handled that. Like, honestly, this run is... this is most of the reason that I actually think that this was worth post-commentating. Besides the fact that it's content that is part of the series and needs to have some commentary. I think this run alone makes it just really interesting and hilarious, basically. The whole process. So Conquest scared me a little bit, and then I was like, wait, why am I scared at all? And then I killed Conquest right away. No problem. So I have to do 1 room again. Which is fine. Room goes quickly. I'm really overly strong. I was wondering why I hadn't used that yet there. And then I decided to just pop the world because I don't need it. I already have that every floor. So now it's just get to the boss, and I think this was an optimizable path. I'm not sure. I'm sure I check the map sometime soon, right? Then again, maybe this was not. It's just free, obvious path. Only one way to do it. Yeah, only one way to do this one. I'm thinking of a different one, I guess. Maybe I'm spoiling the Lost run for later. My bad. No, that's just one minor spoiler that's completely unimportant. Even if it wasn't in that run. If it wasn't in that run, then the spoiler doesn't even matter. So everything's pretty smooth up to this point. Things are going pretty much perfectly. I was a little disappointed that the heart went into this phase at all, and I couldn't just 1 cycle kill it. That's life. Remembered to go to Sheol. Would be really silly to forget that. And this is already pretty much, we're almost done. So I used that there and left it there, just so I had a little bit of a backup plan in case the collar activated itself a lot. So I wanted to be able to have a soul heart just so I don't die unintentionally, so that I have a little backup. And if the collar activated, I knew I'd have half a heart so that I'd have invincibility as well, so I could definitely kill the Fallen. Doing the same thing there, keeping that active. And then since I saw, oh hey, I have this room full of fire, that's guaranteed somewhere to kill myself if I have too many lives left. But then this room killed me. I was playing it really risky just to try and get it done. And I was like, alright, we'll play this room safe. Or it'll just go perfectly. You know, either way is cool. This room, if you stay in the gap area, they can't spawn at you. They spawn on the normal area. So, I have places to kill myself if need be. Which I take advantage of. Don't know if I take advantage of that bomb. Yeah. Weird of me. So I'm at ×1. And I decide it's time to get soul hearts so that I have a chance to get hit once. If I need to. And if I don't, that's fine. I can just get killed by Satan anyway. So I use the timing to place the bomb. I count to 3 after the Isaac sound. And then killing the Fallen, no problem. And then I just die. Or try to, you know, he has bad aim. So I'm like, alright, hopefully we don't respawn, and then we respawn. So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go get some health. Just so that everything goes well. You know, not die in a way I don't mean to. And I was trying to avoid the half hearts, and that one was in the door, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take the time to bomb this. It's okay, I'll just get it this time. It'll be fine. So hopefully it was fine, right? So this is why I started to... This is why I was worried about taking the collar after the fact, when I actually thought about what I did. I decided to bomb these to see if there were more soul hearts just in case, so I knew that there was like less pressure. There's one, so I have one extra attempt if this one doesn't go well. Same bomb timing. No problem. Placed it a little earlier that time, I think. But it's all good. So, free there, and then I just stand still, accidentally dodge again. And this could be the one. If he ever attacks me, then he keeps doing this, and I think I just run into him. I'm like, oh my god, stop being an idiot. So that was that. Unlocked the Lost, and we're in good shape. So I'm going to swap over to the other video. See you in a moment. Alright, welcome back. Not that you were gone for long. So we're going to jump right into it. There's going to be lots to say about this run. You see I went into my first item room, picked up Proptosis. Decided to blow up the Tinted Rock there, see what's up. So I don't think it's worth starting any item without a dead cat, unless it's a relatively good damage multiplier, Proptosis being one of them. I really like the item, which is pretty much the only reason I started it. It, of course, gives you a 2 times damage multiplier at maximum and a 1.3 times damage multiplier at minimum. It scales across your range. And, yeah. I was like, alright, I'll probably either die really quickly or I'll just get dead cat in the first devil room or something. It'll be great. No, I really just expected to die quickly. But, of course, I'm going to try. I just really hate starting anything without dead cat. It's not usually worthwhile because it's one of those things. I know I'm going to make a mistake eventually, and usually that mistake is somewhere in the womb, which is really late. And if it's just that late, it's a waste of time because you didn't get one of your goals completed, but you spent all that time getting there. Unless you get the boss rush, which is... yeah, okay. Good luck. Most people consider the boss rush the hardest part of completing the stuff with the Lost. So... you know, I started it just because I like the item. We'll see how I do. Blowing up Tinted Rocks again only to see like Small Rock or something like that. Small Rock or like bombs and keys. Decide to go for the Magic Mushroom. Pills can't kill you unless they teleport you to a curse room. But pills can't kill you, as the Lost Bad Trip doesn't exist. It'd just be full health, which is worthless, of course, because you can never have health. You have flight, and that's pretty much it. You have flight and never have health. Free devil deals. And you really don't want angel rooms because they suck. They're not helpful for what you need with this character. You just really need to become damage. You need to become damage, and that's about it. So this is a scary room, actually. I'm very worried whether I have health or not when I get this room. Because it's just so much RNG in their movement. There are so many things that can cause you to make a simple mistake, and any mistake is death with the Lost. So, I don't have dead cat or anything, I don't get Proptosis every day. I don't want to mess up. But I didn't, it all went well, everything is good. So I make sure to blow up the TNT in case I get money, especially if I get a quarter or something. Could be very nice. I didn't, but it's cool. First boss is Duke of Flies, which I'm pretty excited about. Very good boss. Except that it spawns a ton of those, and that's really annoying, but they're easy to dodge. So it's just one mistake I don't think I'm going to make. I one-shot the flies, which is fantastic. Pretty much chalk this up to a free win. So that's pretty nice. Giving me something kind instead of fighting the Haunt. And range up, that was actually pretty exciting as well, since I could shoot a little farther away. with proptosis, and proptosis based on range, of course. I decided to shoot that, keeping my distance and angling the shots just because I don't want to accidentally be in its blast radius. And I wanted to blow that up in case there was like a trapdoor or something. I need to pick up all the money in case I can get a shop and get stopwatch or something. That would be pretty nice. But there you go. That's the first floor. Everything went a little better than expected, and that worries me, of course, because, again, the longer the run goes, the more painful it is when I make a mistake that I think I'm bound to make if I don't get dead cat. So I'm seeing what I get in the first devil room. I don't have any keys, so I couldn't go to the item room, but I'm paying attention for it, because they're very important to get. You know, like I said, you need to become damage. That's the best way to play the Lost and not have to worry. So there's the key. Pretty excited about that. Checking all the poops for money, exactly, like that. Let's see what our item room is. Lost contact. I skipped it immediately. I knew that's a bad idea. I want to be able to hit with my tears. I can dodge just fine. I'm good at that. But if I get a really high fire rate this floor, or if my first devil room contains Death's Touch, I'll totally take it, because either high fire rate or piercing make Lost contact actually good. With the fire rate I have, it's not worth it. I'm not even considering it. And I'm glad I had the presence of mind to see that immediately, rather than having to think it out or anything, because it's just one of those things that you need to learn. So with everything handled except for that one, first thing to do is shoot the fire so I can move freely, not have to worry if I had to dodge. 11 cents is pretty good, almost enough to go to the shop. We'll see how things turn out. This room's always scary, because just RNG in their shots and stuff. Tinted rock, of course I see. Try it in case I get a small rock. See what's up. And I don't. Of course the soul hearts are just worthless, they're a waste of my time. But there's always that chance for damage, and that's what I'm going for. So we found the boss, Felix. Our boss, Monstro. I'm very confident in my Monstro fight, so I was pretty excited to see that. And there's no real manipulation to Monstro, but I was definitely trying to stay close so it would keep hopping, and it mostly worked, which is just luck. But really, even though I'm very close to Monstro, I don't feel any risk in that. It's not scary. So Synthoil was very exciting to see, damage and range up. And then I have to take this. It's good for me, so that's fine, but I have to take it so I get guaranteed devil rooms instead of angel rooms. And then I just left because I knew I didn't want Lost Contact. I didn't get anything that made that worthwhile. So it's just away. So caves are when things get a little scary, since that's when a lot of unfair enemies can be introduced first, and that's just when a lot of bad situations happen. More so than the depths, and the next scary part is the womb. The depths aren't really that bad. I really don't think so. So I'm trying to get my fly to do that, of course. Can't go to the curse room, it's a waste. And then I see a judgment card, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna use this beggar at some point. Just don't know when. Mom's Eye, I took it, and then I thought afterwards this might be a bad idea, but I'm not gonna take Ipecac or anything. I don't have Ipecac or anything. It's probably not gonna matter. I was like, it's fine, it'll be fine. So I just kind of forgot about my worry there. It's gonna be fine. It was scary though, for like 2 seconds, when I wasn't sure that I was confident. So drops are going pretty well. I didn't want them to split up. I started moving, but after I'd already killed it, that third tier, drops are going really well. And that room, this room is really scary when you just spawn into it and there are these champions, and then it's okay once you've handled it more. It all kind of went fine. So then I'm going to try the pill, I'm sure. See what's up with that. Bombs are key. I was kind of happy about that, and I was like, alright, I got an extra one, let's go in. I thought, ooh, I should take this blank card. What if I get Jera or something and get to break the game? That would make my run really easy. And I've got a judgment card right now, and I was like, alright, that's pretty cool. I should use it once. And, you know, see what I get. Just use it whenever I can, see if I can get something. But of course, that one was not good. because it would just kill me and be bad. Still don't have a dead cat or anything. I wouldn't kill myself to use that no matter what, though. It's not worth it. It is not worth it at all. So I know I'm not going to end up using that. I didn't want that, actually, mostly because it's another thing beyond my fly that could just kill something next to me that explodes, basically. And I didn't really want that. Dark one was scary. I was trying to make sure that my flies would always go in for it, for that extra damage, and then I was just playing it really safe when it did its charge. I just did not want to be in its way at all. But it went fine, and we got another Devil Room as well as a pretty large Tears Up, 0.7, so that's pretty exciting. Krampus scared me, and I was like, well, hopefully I get Lump of Coal at least, because I just picked up this blank card, and I did, so that was nice. And I think I just decided to leave. I don't really see a reason to continue, and I still need to complete the boss rush. I don't need to do more of the floor. Everything's going pretty well. So Curse the Blind, never nice, and this is a room that was really scary, because everything started happening really fast. I didn't know what was up, and I managed it, so it was cool. But, yeah, decided to use one of them, because I didn't use it right away. All's good. This room I wanted to make sure that I was as, like, directly out of their line of fire as possible, and I actually got into a pretty bad spot right away. I was just lucky. So, everything's going well still, magically, and I'm wondering when I'm gonna make a mistake, and it's not pleasant. Same room again, oddly enough. That happens though. So then I decide to use that one there and then play it, because I guess why not? Figure I'm not getting much money, it's just something I'll do. Shoot all these. Then I guess go back and shoot the rest, or I didn't care because money is the only thing I wanted from it and I wasn't getting much. I don't have the trinket. I don't know. I can't really remember my thought process there, but the item room comes up. And I take it anyway, because, hey, and chocolate milk's actually fantastic, because it lets me get really large tiers for really high damage and get more out of my item, Proptosis. So I was pretty excited about that. That was good. And then I saw the sun, and I was like, oh, I'm taking this. This is going to have to happen. I'm going to need this. With the blank card, that means I have a map every floor, as well as a kind of get-out-of-jail-free card in 100 damage to every enemy in the room. So, that store credit, yes! I was like, alright, let's do this, and then I just bought one. I was like, it's a boomerang, lame. So I killed him, and then I left. So, right away when I got chocolate milk, and then right there as well, but right there for a different reason, I wanted to check how much damage it looked like I'd be doing with the, if I spammed. And I was like, no, it's just charge it. Always just charge it, it's better. Because you charge pretty quickly, it's just, you're gonna get more out of it. I was surprised that wasn't the boss direction, so I'm going all the way back, of course. Didn't even use the other, use the judgment card up, which is kind of funny. Could have blown up 2 of them at once or something, but at the same time, I just didn't care. So then I decided to shoot all the fires. That was a really scary moment. Thought I was dead. But it was cool. So right now I'm pretty happy, because I am becoming damage. Everything is dying in one hit, to me or my flies. And my tiers have an enormous hitbox, so I'm really doing quite well. And that's very nice. So I figured 1 red chest may be worth it, and then I decided, nah, not worth it. That room, very scary right there. Can instantly kill you, basically. Don't even care about pills anymore, because I figure I've got to go with what I got. This is good, and it's going to have to stay good. Gertie, I decided to kill everything immediately so that it didn't have stuff. Fortunately, this is the one that doesn't shoot. It's the one that only spawns enemies. Everything was pretty okay. And everything is pretty dead. I take the item because boss items really aren't going to hurt me too much. And it was a health up, so it was useless, but it's not. Boss items just are not going to really screw me over. So that was done. We're into the depths. And I'm a little less worried now, honestly, because I don't make as many mistakes in the depths that I don't want to. It does happen, of course, but I just don't make that many, comparatively. So that was nice to make it there. Found the item room. And it was Cricket's head, which is like, well, that's amazing. So now I'm 1.5 times more damaging. You can see that my tears are pretty enormous, pretty crazy. And my tears are hardly even shrinking anymore, you can hardly tell. So that was really nice. Incredibly good luck. And the tier hitbox is so ridiculously large. Just kind of silly. So this room I was like, nope, not dealing with that. There are too many mistakes I can make. Sun right out of it. And that was great. I was very happy with that. And here I decided I definitely want there's options. Be able to get choice of boss items, meaning that I don't have to get stuck with, like, oh, useless health up necessarily, because I can pick the other one that hopefully isn't a useless health up. And then I looked at the map because I was like, alright, well now I know. And I was going exactly where I needed to. Didn't take the missing poster because it's worthless. And I just goaded that into attacking and went on my way. Fallen could be exciting, could get me my dead cat, could get me any old good item. There are a lot of good items. Ceremonial robes for the 1 damage up. Didn't really care about the little baby because meh. So none of these were worth buying. Respawning as Judas is worthless because that's not the Lost. Dark Bum can kill me by spawning a spider, and Book of Belial I don't need. I should have taken the Book of Belial so it couldn't show up elsewhere and maybe increase my library chance, but I didn't need it because I wanted the blank card with the sun. And I think that that is actually, I still definitely support that choice. Even if I didn't know how it went later. Another room, definitely just use the sun. It's too risky, too many mistakes I can make, and now I have the map. So this room's super scary, gotta spam kill all the fire. And then I saw, oh wow, my hitbox is large enough that it actually goes around and hits the fire as it travels, so I was like, this is amazing. I also do enough damage that those dudes don't spawn enemies when they die to my tears, because my tears are just that strong, which is cool. And magically my tears were hitting through the poops there, just some weird hitbox thing about how large they were. So I'm going to go to the item room, and I see the secret room path that I can take to skip a bunch of rooms, especially the quad room. I don't like quad rooms, they're scary. So that was pretty nice. Dead Onion, I hesitated a little bit there because I was like, ooh, could the shot speed down destroy my life? Or is it going to be fine? And I decided it was going to be fine because huge hitbox, basically. Huge hitbox is all I really considered there. And that was all it took for me to decide, yeah, it's fine. It's, shot speed down won't matter. The hitbox is big enough. Because it does make them bigger. And like, you see how much damage that does. That's nothing to do with Dead Onion, of course. Dead Onion doesn't increase your damage, but it does increase tier size. But I've just got these juggernaut tiers, like, hey, I'm coming through, and if you're in the way, you're probably not going to make it. So that was pretty exciting. I actually decided to leave this room and re-enter so that I could get through there without the spikes being activated. Just for safety. And I was fine with that. I decided I'd go back for the shop if I hit 1 more cent. And I hadn't, and I saw this beggar, and I was like, yeah, I'll play the beggar instead. Which, usually they give you health up, so it's questionable, but it's supportable. And then just in case he drops any bombs, I want to be nowhere near, and that's why I switched sides, because there was the explosive rock there, and I was like, actually, if he had dropped that, that explosive rock could have wrecked my day. I'll not be over there. And then I just left, because he's not worth my time, because he didn't pay out. Took the bomb, and left. So, mom fight. I don't want to cheese it because I get hit a lot when I cheese. Fortunately, I just did a ton of damage. So now I'm deciding, is this a chest run or is this a dark room run? How's my time? Do I have time to deliberate over this? I chose dark room, and I was like, alright, what do I want here? It's actually a pretty obvious choice. You take Capricorn for the damage up. And now we hope. All stats up, of course. But it's a large damage up for an all stats up. So now we have the boss rush. Which, well, boss rush is really scary. Like I said before, a lot of people consider it the hardest part. But you see how much larger my tiers are now. So I'm relying on stay behind the rocks where things can't shoot me, and then just shoot these enormous tiers at safe angles. And hopefully everything works out just fine. And so far, so good. It's a very clear strategy, and it's a very good run for it. Because Spectral Tears was another reason that I wanted Dead Onion, because Spectral Tears just make your life so safe when you can fly. in a lot of situations. I love how much the piercing also destroys many of the enemies in the boss rush. So this is just great. I'm really pleased with everything about this. Cool, right? Everything's dying really quickly. I just need to keep playing safe. Carrion Queen only got to spawn one red poop, which is fantastic. As long as I don't have to dodge up there, I don't have to worry too much. So this is the wave that scares me the most usually. I want to kill Monstro 2 as fast as possible because it can put me into really bad situations. And that was one of them. That was really scary right there when that happened. Because I didn't have a sight line to see that that laser was definitely coming. But it all worked out. And then the next wave that I'm scared about is the Bloat and the Mask of Infamy. It's a pretty brutal wave. And I'm just staying here because I don't want to move. I don't want to go near the red poop. I don't want to do anything like that. So I'm not going to try and get the Bloat to kill the Mask of Infamy for me like I often do when I have health, because that's stupid. But that went cleanly, so now we have the Horseman. And I'm scared about Death. Death is very scary, so I want to be over here, which is why I'm actually moving over here to kill Pestilence, because I want to kill Death first. Death is far scarier than War due to the sides that will actually like home in on you. And that was handled. So here I was pretty confident that that would just hit War and everything would be fine, and now we're in the last wave. Fallen dies immediately. All's well, and I just need to figure out where the other thing is. Of course, when you're not playing the run, you're not stressed out about everything. You can see it. But we did it. We got the D100. Many people consider it the hardest, and so I take Spider Bite. I think that Punching Bag's actually terrible for the Lost, because when enemies decide to change their minds and stop going for it, well, it sucks to be you because you can't really predict that. It's RNG, and its movement's RNG. It can really screw you over. I don't like it. So, we made it through that. We got slowing on our tears. I was pretty happy. So that's one thing accomplished, and that's, like I said, many people consider it to be the hardest one, so I was glad to get it out of the way first. So in this game, you can actually bomb through mini-boss rooms, so I was like, oh, this lets me shortcut through like the entire level. This is fantastic. So I did that. I was very excited. In this room, very easy with my tears. So, great. See who our boss is? Conquest. That was terrifying for me. And I was like, alright, just all I have to do is survive right now. Conquest will die. And Conquest died. So I wasn't sure which side the pony spawned on. It's the left. My mistake. I could have gotten something useful. And I was like, what's the worst that could happen here? I was hoping for something like Abaddon or something. I don't know. But I got the knife, and I was a little worried because then I don't have the enormous hitbox. I have enormous damage, but I don't have the enormous hitbox. And I was like, well, this is kind of scary, because this means I have to be really precise with my aiming, and thus really precise with my dodging. So, very, very scary. But we've still got a strong build. It's not like that killed my build or anything. I don't know if I would take that now, like, should I have taken that? No. Probably not. I was really scared going into that Super Greed as well, because if I hadn't killed it immediately, it was pretty, like, I'm not great at dodging Super Greed 100% of the time. And that was a mistake I felt that I was able to make very easily. So as soon as I missed that, I was like, nope, they're gonna hit me if I don't do this. I really need to do this now. And I was a little scared of this room, because this room is another room that I'm terrible at. Understandably, but the knife proves to be really good for it, since you don't have the knockback on them, so they're always going to stay in a straight path, and then it's all good. So now we have the heart fight. Another scary time due to the eyes. And again, I was unhappy that it got to this phase at all. So, you know, it worked out in the end. We got the O baby, that's a co-op baby, just like for everyone else. And then I go to the right place. That's all good. Everything is exciting. So, Curse of the Maze, a little scary. This was a very scary room. I'm glad it worked out how it did, and I wanted to see the map as soon as possible. So, Sheol is really scary for me. I think it's less fair than the Cathedral, but I figured that my build was suited enough for it that I would go for it due to the gigantic hitboxes and such. I decided to just use this and see if it was worth it. And then as soon as I got a fortune teller, I was like, alright, Emperor card. Just give me an Emperor card. And if it had given me an Emperor card, this is my thought process, it would make it so that I could handle everything. I could do a few rooms here just to get it activated. Use the sun somewhere. And then just figure it out. Go, use the Emperor in the other place. The dark room. So I was pretty excited for that. But we'll see if it happens. Well, that was worthless. Thank you. Yeah, so we didn't get it. I didn't blow it up, which it wasn't going to give me what I needed for blowing it up either, I'm sure, but I don't know. It might have been worth it. I didn't have very many bombs. Checking here in case, and it was almost worth it. I considered it. So Loki terrified me because Loki can damage you unfairly, but I one-shotted both of them. It was nice. Didn't get unfairly killed there. This room's a little bit scary, but not that scary. This is one of the best quad rooms I could have asked for. Like, the tiers scare me, but otherwise it's all pretty good. My damage is insane. Everything's good. We're pretty happy right now. Prepared to use the sun, and this room absolutely was worth using the sun. Support my choice 100%. In this room, I had a bad time with this room on my Azazel run for unlocking the Lost, so I'm here to play it really, really carefully just so that that does not happen again. So missing that shot scared me a little bit. Don't want to get killed, but they cooperated pretty well. So going into the Satan fight, I'm really, really worried because I'm really bad at the Satan fight. I'm not consistent at not getting hit. I always mess up one dodge, basically. So the Fallen goes cleanly but scary. And then I thought I cleared that tier, but I didn't. And that's how it goes. I always make one mistake, basically. That's how I feel about runs. I always make one mistake, usually before this. And so it was bound to happen eventually when I don't have a dead cat. So I made it all the way there, perfectly, and then I just threw it away. It was a stupid mistake, but it's understandable. It's not a simple dodge, but I feel bad about it because that was a run that could have handled it, probably, but it is what it is. So I've still got Satan, Lamb, Isaac, and Blue Baby left, and you'll see them as I get them done, basically. So that's the first episode of The Lost Stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.